Aloha, everybody. This is Say Bossy coming at you with a video on Destiny 2. It'll be my first video on Destiny 2, and the only reason I haven't done any videos before is mainly just because I've had nothing to talk about because everybody else covers everything. But that's changed today. I've felt recently that I needed to make some sort of video on a generally good review on this game. Not saying that other videos aren't good reviews. It's like most reviews of this game that came out like the first week of the game. Nobody had experienced really anything that went on, and then as things progress, people talk about them individually. I'm going to be talking about this game as a whole because I've been grinding it for about, well, how long has it been out? About a month and a half, 2 months since it came out, and I absolutely love the game. I love everything about the game. It looks great. It feels great. It's beautiful. PC just released. I saw some videos on that. That looks great. I play on PS4. Everything about this game is absolutely visually stunning. It's beautiful. It's great. It's clean. It's put together. The gameplay's nice. I really can't complain about anything except for the RNG system. I've done 13 Leviathan raids, and I finally got my raid launcher last night. That took forever, but hey, I'm happy I got it. I'm not one of those people who's going to complain and put social media tweets out there and just down this game because I have shit luck with RNG. Yes, I have shit fucking luck with RNG, but guess what? I just kept playing the game until I got what the fuck I wanted. And that's that. I play this game so much, so it is okay for me to give feedback on this game. Other people play this game a ton. It's okay for them to give feedback on this game. People who don't play this game enough and complain about it, it's still okay for you to give feedback, because what a game needs is positive and negative feedback. Regardless of the people who are playing it and love it or the people who hate it are giving the positive and negative feedback, that's what a game needs. And it's great that we have that. They're fixing a lot of things, like with the token system. Tokens suck dick. You should have the ability to buy some things with legendary shards. As of currently, the only thing shards are good for is buying shit from Xur that you already have, and well, that's really it. I mean, I guess you could buy exotics out of your collection and use it to dismantle those exotics to get more shit from the gunsmith that you probably don't need, but that's besides the point. Everything else about this game is really great. I'm loving it. The Leviathan was great. The Leviathan is beautiful. I think it's the best looking raid there's ever been throughout all of Destiny, like even Destiny 1. Like, it's probably the best looking raid there's ever been. Everything is just very visually stunning, and I know it's Destiny 2 and it's a little better than Destiny 1, but whatever. I'd take Destiny 2 over Destiny 1 any day. Now, I know enough people have trashed on the story, and I'm not going to trash on it as much as other people trashed on it, because I'll be honest, I did enjoy the story. I'm the kind of person who doesn't care to look for sweet, juicy secrets in a story and like all these different things. I really dislike the gameplay. It had enough story for me to be involved, but I gotta say, there's one thing I'm very disappointed in. Gaul, which is what everyone's disappointed in, is built up to be this amazing guy. He's the undefeated, the stealer of suns, taker of the light. I am Gaul. He died in less than 5 minutes in that boss battle. What the fuck was that? Let's be honest here. Usually when Bungie rolls out a DLC in Destiny, you fight through the story, you get to the boss, you think you kill him, but you don't, and he comes back in the raid. Different fucking story here. And you know, after Gaul lifts up into this big fucking light version of Gaul, I'm like, okay, round 2, let's go. Ready to fuck this guy up. Nope. Traveler was like, fuck you, fam, I got you. And boom, that was it. That was how it ended. That sucks. That honestly sucks. I don't want to sound like I'm downing this game, but it really sucks. It took all the challenge out of the game. Like, you know, when Taken King came out, sure, your armor got knocked down, but you worked back up. You thought you killed the Taken King. You didn't. You killed him in the raid. It was great. Everything worked out perfectly. And I know they don't want to be copying their own ideas, but maybe have a strike where you kill Gaul instead of a raid. Like, you think he's dead in the mission, and or maybe the strike is just that you kill Gaul, he comes back as a light, and then Zavala gives you a new strike, and it's like, hey, you and 2 other guys go take down Gaul. I'd be down with that. I don't even need a raid. just for that, the story would be 100 times better if we got a strike to kill Gall. But no, that's not going to happen. And the other thing that Destiny 2 is really lacking is, like, more backstory on Zavala, Cade, and Ikora. And I didn't really care about that until I started listening to other reviews, and I'm like, you know what, they're right. Like, I know nothing about Cade, nothing about Zavala, and I sure as shit don't know anything about Ikora. I'll be honest with you, I didn't realize Ikora was the one I was getting the daily meditations from until, like, fucking 2 weeks after getting the meditations. Like, I know that sounds stupid, but I never cared to look at her name, and then I went, oh shit, that's Ikora, only because a friend pointed it out. Everyone knows Zavala's the blue guy, but, like, we got that trailer before Destiny came out, and it showed him constantly coming back into battle, and I'm like, cool, maybe we're gonna get to know a little bit about Zavala, but no, we're not. And Cade, I honestly, I don't care to know much about Cade's backstory just because of the character he already is and the comedy he carries throughout everything he says. That's enough for me to go, okay, I don't need to know his backstory. But Zavala's a fucking, like, a strict, like, schoolgirl professor, and Ikora is just like a fucking, she belongs in Dead Orbit in my opinion. She always looks like she's sad about everything. I don't know. Sorry, Dead Orbit players. Anyway, other than that though, this game has been pretty great. Besides the story, which I didn't think was all that bad, you know, you run through, they had their little mini clips of Gall back and forth and everything. That was really nice, but, like, the main thing about the game that needs to be fixed, in my own opinion, is the RNG. Now, I don't want to complain about RNG, because everyone has the same problems with RNG. Everyone's raging about the same things. Everyone's trying to get different things and not getting them through their RNG luck and RNG gods. Let's be honest here, there's no such thing as, like, an RNG god. That's just what we praise before we get something in hopes to try to get it. And we're honestly not gonna get it, is the thing. Some people do, some people don't. I have the shittiest RNG. I did the Leviathan raid 13 times before I was able to get the raid launcher to drop, and I just got it to drop last night. That's stupid. For anyone who doesn't know what the Manana SR4 is, it's a secondary, it's a scout rifle, and it has explosive rounds. That's really the only reason I want it. It's basically a nameless midnight with less range. I just can't get the fucking thing because the RNG in this game is horrible. I spent 1,500 legendary shards. 1,500 legendary shards. So don't think of me as some bad guy here because I'm complaining about the RNG system. I know RNG is all luck, but I feel like it just should be a little easier to get a gun you blow 1,500 legendary shards on. And all I'm doing is buying exotic weapons from my collection in my vault and exotic armor, dismantling them all for 3 gunsmith parts apiece, getting 5 legendary shards back, going to the gunsmith, loading them in, getting the engram, inspecting the engram, making sure the Manana SR4 was sitting there, encrypting the engram and not getting it over and over and over and over and over, never getting the Manana SR4. And the funny thing is, they let you inspect what's going to be in the engram. But when you inspect it, it gives you base weapons and it gives you other things you can get. Cool. The other things you can get are like shaders, a fucking ghost, and like a mod. The main things you can get are base weapons. And it says base weapons and it shows a list, like, I don't know, 9 or 10. And I wait till the Manana SR4 is on there. I inspect it. I encrypt it. I don't get the Manana. But what I do realize is it gives me a gun that's not anywhere on the base weapons list, or a gun that's not on the other list, which doesn't contain guns anyways. Bungie, what the fuck is the point of having a goddamn preview list if none of it is accurate? What is that? I probably have a better chance of getting the Manana if I just spam through the engrams instead of waiting to check and see what's there. Holy fuck. And then it's hard enough to go on any planet and try to get one with tokens, because then they have like 4 inspection bars or 3 inspection bars, and you never know what you're gonna get. You can either get weapons, you can get armor, or you can get more weapons. I'm trying to face it, like, realistically, I'm probably not gonna get this gun for quite some time, and this is the only one I want because it's gonna help with nightfall strikes. But it's great to have because I could roll with the better devils in my primary instead of having the nameless, and still have the Manana in my second, and then roll with the raid launcher in my third, or the merciless or the Wardcliff coil and take down things. But for some reason, 1,500 legendary shards. Actually more than that, because from 15 I would go down and then get half those back, and then down and then half those back. So probably around like 2,000 legendary shards, and I still don't get the Manana and SR4. And for anyone who's going to call me a cheater for doing that, it's implemented in the game. You can buy exotics out of your collection and dismantle them. That's not a hack, that's not a cheat. So like anyone who wants to go there, please just go sit in a corner and fuck off. Anyway, when you waste that many shards and don't get what you're looking for, it just makes you so mad. I mean, my anger got saved a little bit last night because after finally finishing blowing through 2,000 legendary shards, my friend says, hey, you want to help us on the Callus boss fight? I said, sure. And I said, you know, the only thing that can make this night any better is if I got the raid launcher. 13 times, finally got the raid launcher. I felt pretty damn good about that. And that's probably the only thing that's happened for me in the past 2 weeks of playing this game. There's not much going for this game at the current moment. Like, we have our public events, which everyone knows how to make heroic. Sure, they're there, but when you go there, most of the time, there's not enough people on these public events. You get there, and you're by yourself. You try to accomplish it. Maybe you make a heroic, maybe you don't. Maybe you're just not able to gun things down fast enough. Maybe some things happen that you think's unfair, which most of the time is what happens in Destiny 2. And you fail it, and you get nothing out of it. We got our regular strikes, which are for the lower levels. They become absolutely useless. The only thing that's useful once you get higher level in this game is waiting for the weekly reset. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of boring. Like, I get everything done, and then what else is there to do? Like, nothing. Absolutely nothing. There couldn't even be like an extra activity. Like, I don't want daily challenges because I get those done in like 4 minutes. I want an activity I can do every day. Like, if we had Prison of Elders, I would rock Prison of Elders every day because that's fun. After you do the Leviathan raids so many times, it's like, it sucks because you're always in a party with different people you don't know. And you always have to explain to everybody how to do the goddamn Leviathan. Like, I've done every aspect of the Leviathan. I know the underbelly by heart. I know every piece where I can do every piece of it without fucking up. But you always get that guy in your party who's new, and I don't mind explaining to them. But it's like, when you go to the gauntlet and you spend an hour and a half on the gauntlet because one person just can't get it down what the fuck they're supposed to do, that becomes an issue. Like, it gets so boring. When you're playing Prison of Elders, all you gotta do is the same shit you've always done in Destiny. All you gotta do is shoot shit. That's it. Shoot shit and survive. And you know, I don't even know if Prison of Elders is gonna come back to Destiny 2. I wouldn't mind it. If it did, I'd imagine it comes around when the Dreadnought's coming around. And for anyone who hasn't seen, there's a bunch of other YouTubers out there who's put out the videos of the leaks, what the DLC is gonna be. We might get a 4th subclass, and the Dreadnought is definitely coming back, like 100%. If the Dreadnought comes back, Prison of Elders might be back, which like I said, I'd take that. I would totally 110% take that. Alright, I got a little off track here. I just want to make this point across. I'm not making this video to rip on this game and tell Bungie they have a shitty game. Because I play this game every goddamn day. If I really thought this game was shitty, I wouldn't be playing it, and I wouldn't make this video. I play this game every day because I'm really interested in it. And I'm making this video right now because I really want Destiny 2 to be a game that lasts. It's a great game, it really is, and I feel like more people should get into it because there's endless amounts of fun. The fun stops when you don't have anyone to play with. If you have someone to play with, you could do public events all day and just shoot the shit with someone in the party. You could do the Leviathan with a group of friends, not random people. You could do strikes, you could do but Crucible. Crucible, I would love to do Crucible with friends all day. Like, I could literally just talk to my friends all day and play this game. That's what really makes this game fun, is the fact that this game is like 10 times better and more enjoyable when you're playing with friends or anyone in that matter. If you have anyone in your fire team that has a mic and you can talk to them, that's what really makes this game like absolutely fucking incredible. There's a lot of stuff you can do solo, but there's definitely not as much stuff as you can do when you're with friends, and that's where that's at. Now, I don't want to get off track here. The main point of this video was not to rip on the game. I absolutely love this game, and the reason why I'm making this video is not because I fucking hate this game. It's because I care about this game, and I really hope it lasts, because if not enough people care about the game's going to die out, and then nobody's going to play it. Nobody's ever going to be on. Everyone's just going to move on to, like, I don't know, fucking Call of Duty World War II, which, honestly, myself, I'd be playing that for quite some time. I'm a giant Zombies fan, so I'll be playing that. But back on Destiny 2, I'm not making this video to rip on the game. I'm making this video in the hopes that someone from Bungie will see it and maybe try to fix some stuff. That's always the end goal when people make videos like this. Unless you absolutely hate the game and you're just ripping on it. Clearly, that's not the end goal, but, like, you know, other YouTubers like Willis Gaming or Kakus, those guys, I watch their videos and I see what they say, and I like what they say because they're saying things about this game to try and save it as well. Like, they like this game genuinely, And, you know, there's a lot of positive and negative feedback throughout the Destiny 2 community, and that's okay. That's what a game needs, is positive and negative feedback. And these guys are trying to get the point across that, hey, don't rip on the game. It's really quite fun. You really just need to get into this game before you rip on it. There's a lot of people who always say Destiny is a shit game, but I'll be honest with you, there's so much stuff you can always do. Even if you're just roaming around a planet, that can be so entertaining. The smallest place to roam around is the fucking tower, and I roam around that shit at the end of the night. Like, it's time for me to go. All my friends have went off. We've done the Leviathan. We did a whole bunch of shit, fucked around, played. It could be 1 in the morning, whatever, and I'll sit there and I'll just walk around on the tower for like 30 minutes doing absolutely nothing, just literally running and jumping around, just because I love to look at my character. I love to jump around in third person on the tower. I go get the Floor's Lava challenge done. I jump around, and I don't know why, but it just keeps me there. And it's easy to get sidetracked and lost in this game because of how big things are, how great everything looks, how your character looks, how other characters look, the activities you can do, the little Easter eggs they've hidden in the game. Bungie has really pulled off an amazing game. They really have. And don't get me wrong, there's definitely some problems with Destiny 2 that should be fixed. Like, definitely the end game. When you do the Leviathan raid, you get some cool raid gear, but none of it's specific to the raid besides its look and color. And then when you do the Prestige raid, you get a shader that has like a purple glow. That's the only reason I wanted to do the Leviathan. You get the same armor with the fucking shader. You don't get any exclusive weapons, and you get some emblems. There's no reason to do the Leviathan. And when the next expansion comes out, I'm sure there's going to be things added to fix these problems, and I'm happy about that because enough people have got the point across that, you know, they're definitely a little disappointed in the end game. It's too easy to get exotic engrams. You can go to a public event and grind it and get exotic engrams. This game really is quite amazing. It's visually stunning. Everything's smooth. The story could use a little better work, but it's a game. It's a game, I tell you. Nonetheless, you can't rip on it because it's new. When Destiny 1 came out, it was a shit game. That's taking a little bit too far. There were aspects of the game that made it shittier. Like, there's a lot of things that had to be fixed, but it was a new game. Sure, Destiny 2 had the ability to build off of Destiny 1, but everyone's forgetting that key point. It's a new game. Stop complaining about a new game. Like, for fuck's sake, why does everybody gotta complain about a new goddamn game? There are tons of new games, and not every new game hits the nail right on the head. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare definitely did not hit the nail right on the head, but it became better over time. Call of Duty Ghosts. Sorry to say it for any of you Ghost fans out there, it was complete shit. Except for Extinction. Extinction was pretty goddamn good. But this isn't a Call of Duty video. The point I'm making is this is a new game. You need to give it time for people to fix things. What people don't understand is when you have to fix a problem in a game, it's not as simple as just going into a file menu and changing a number. Like, there's a lot of stuff that goes into changing a game, because when you change one aspect of a game, it could create problems in another aspect of the game, and then when you fix that, creates a problem in 2 more aspects of the game, and it's a domino effect. You really need to analyze what you're doing. This is why it takes so much time, like with Trials of Osiris being postponed for 2 weeks because of the emote that lets you glitch into the wall. The first thing they wanted to do was just take the emote out of the game, but they couldn't. So they said, here, you know what, we'll take it out of Test Ever versus Store to stop the amount of cheating. We'll cancel Trials so that we can figure out the problem. They took 2 weeks to figure out the problem because they know changing a number in this simply just isn't going to fix it. There's a lot that needs to go into it, is where it's at. But the main point of this video, like I said, is not to trash the game, not to trash any aspect of the game whatsoever. The main point is just to tell you guys that I've been playing this game since it released. I've been grinding every day. I think I have like over 9 days total, or 10 days total in playtime so far in this game. I've got a 305 Titan, 305 Warlock, 304 Hunter, and I'm absolutely loving the game. I haven't gotten bored of it yet. It's very easy for me to get bored of games. I get bored of games very quickly, and I don't ever stick with them. I think the first game I've stuck with for quite some time was Destiny 1, Infinite Warfare Zombies, and this. I'll be sticking with this for quite some time because I love Destiny. I love the way it feels and everything you can do in the game. When a game can hook someone for that long, it's a good game. But you really can't complain about the problems it has off the start, because you gotta remember it's a new game and there's always going to be problems. So with that said, I just want to leave on a good note here. Destiny 2 is a great game. Visually stunning. It's sharp. It looks great. The movement's great. Gameplay is great. Crucible's pretty good. Everything is great. the story could use a little work, and the RNG could use just a little better work. But other than that, it's a great game, and everyone should really stop ripping on it. And by the way, if you're one of those people who likes to rip on this game, shut the fuck up. Because if you don't like the game that much, why the fuck are you still playing it? And if anyone wants to get mad at me for saying that, fuck you, it's my channel. Goodbye.